Welcome to a new video dealing with ROV in the use by the masters. There's going to be a separate video for the girls. There's quite a few things the girls can do to make the master happy. Guys, I want to tell you one thing right now before we get started. I pick the clothes of the girls, and I pick exactly what they're going to wear. It's in a program called Wardrobe. I go in. Let me show it to you. Actually. Second Life, and let me show you what I'm talking about. I go in literally and can see exactly what my girls are wearing. Boots, what kind of boots she's got, what kind of kameez she has, dresses, and I pick them for them. I'm going to knock out knock out dresses, but I pick her outfit for the day. Now this can be done through ROV, and it's one of the things I'm going to show your girls how to do. But basically, there's a real advantage to me knowing what my outfits my girls have and being able to say, I want you to wear this today. There is a lot of stuff masters do not know how to do or don't even know it's possible. Now, for the collar, and this is really what the subject is, but I wanted to give you a taste of what. And I'll have this up probably in a few days. Now, as I go down, there is a program that I'm going to recommend you get. It's at the Temple of the Collar. I will find a link for you and put it inside the video. And it's called the Inextra mode. Inextra mode 2.1. When you click it, oh good, it went in the right place this time. The menu below appears. And it's a really simple interface. Here's what happens. This is the girl in back. When I click on it, her menu appears. Now with the click of a button, the other girl appears. I click on it, her menu appears. So I have both menus up and I didn't have to go and squint at a collar and hope I pointed at the right thing. It's really fast. And it makes me toggle fast. So I'm going to recommend you go to the Temple of the Collar and get this. It's called an Inextra Mode 2.1. Well worth your time. Now, let's go through the collar. Most of you know how to leash. If you don't, I'll be surprised. I know of no master that doesn't leash. But there's a lot more you can do beyond that, and that's what I wanted to show you today. I want to show you a couple of settings. And I don't want to keep saying I want to show you. I have strict and tied on. And if you read, strict leashing enabled can unleash themselves or teleport away when they're leashed. If you're having an argument with your girl and she's mad at you, she can't just TP out if you put that setting on. That's important to know. But all my girls have that. And you're going to see different videos. If you're following what I'm doing, you'll notice different girls. I have 5 of them. But the point of it is all of them have strict and tight. That allows me to avoid issues. Now, but there's a lot of other cool things in here that I want you to notice. The leash itself, all my girls right now are leashed. No, excuse me, Shawnee is unleashed. I press that. Why is it not? Whoops, I did it wrong. I'm sorry. There it is. I press grab. Now it says leashed by. And you'll see a black line leading from her up there. On leash, I'm going to look at Haley's. She's unleashed. I'm going to leave her unleashed for a reason. Because of a comment that was made earlier. Not done punishing one. It's just going to be easier for me to show you what I'm doing if one of them's unleashed. Okay, so you can go shorter or longer. Why is that important? Here's the deal. I once had to take 5 girls to an event at the same time leashed. Now, 1 or 2 is one thing, but when you're marching 5 girls, that becomes an important consideration. On collars, this collar comes from the Temple of the Collar. There are other brands. And if your brand happens to be one that sets actual distances, the recommendation is that they're set 10 paces behind each other, like 10, 20, 30, 40, and so that they have room to walk. Otherwise, girls are tripping over each other. This one does things like shoelace. See where it says leash shoelace? But you can set them all shorter and longer and space your girls out. That's an important consideration, and I suggest it. Next, let me go back to, and I hate the fact that every time I push a button, it flies across it. Now, pose. Let's, girls, stand up, please. Haley, thank you. I think they're talking to one another because I know Haley can't hear me. Shawnee can't hear me. If I push pose, and I'm going to do it right now, a lot of times my girls forget to pose. None of them are rebellious. I have a wonderful set of girls, but my point is they sometimes forget. If that happens, what I do is I go in and I'll put one on bracelets. Bingo. And I'm going to find the other one, I believe. By the way, Nadu is my preference. I'll put the other in tower. I'm just doing this to demonstrate. Nadu is actually how the girls always knew before me. And there will be a lesson that I'm going to give on the difference between Nadu, bracelets, all of that, but not in this video. See how they're both different? Now, here's the deal. Once you put them into that position, they will stay there the whole rest of the day until you do stop. So be sure and unleash them when you're ready. Too many guys have forgotten, including me. And I'll have girls go to dance in a pit or something and discover their collars. They can't, especially if you have it on crawl. That gets a little bit ridiculous in the dance pit crawling. Actually, that might be sexy. I don't know. Next thing, strip. Very few men use this, but it's very, very important, and I'll show you why. Give it a second. Remember a little ways ago when I first started this, I showed you this is mine, by the way, my inventory. Notice there's something called / hashtag RLV. Everything is in there for a reason. More particularly my clothes. All my clothes are there. Don't laugh at what I've got in there. All my clothes are in there. If your girl puts her clothes into RLV, they will show up in her collar. And there's a distinct advantage to this. You've got to be careful. Okay? Because you could take off things you don't want to have taken off. However, bingo. I'm going to put this down here so YouTube doesn't bust me. But notice, took it right off. Haley, put your outfit back on, please, so I don't get in trouble with YouTube. Thank you. So basically, I'm going to move this over. Thank you. You can undress your girls. I do so every night. That also means, though, that if you want to play with them, you can emote about, I remove this, I remove that, I do this, I do that. You don't have to sit there and ask the girl to remove it. You have total control over that. I consider that a plus. Next, I've already done the strip. Pose, RLV. There are some cool features inside the RLV meter. One of them is folders, which let me show you. And folders allows you, see everything I've got on here? You're able to put that on your girl. If I click a number, it's going to appear. See it? Hopefully, I'm going to move it over. Hopefully, you see the rope. Bingo. And all I did was click rope harness. See it? SS rope harness. And right here, she's completely tied up. Now, again, I do a shibari thing where I literally put, if you notice, I have a bottom harness, ankle rope, forearm, thigh rope, type harness. I emote putting each one of those onto my girl piece by piece, and you will see it appear as I emote it. Now, that is some damn good role play there, where you can go through piece by piece and put it on, rather than counting on your girl to do it for you. Okay? So that is a real plus. It's another thing I want you to see. I'm going to back this up. And an option that a lot of men don't use in Second Life, period, let alone inside. So I've shown you strip, RLV. One other thing that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to use Haley for this. Notice force set. Now, what I've done is emoting, taking a girl, carrying her over, and putting her, for instance, behind me are those, let me go and show it to you because I'm going to put Haley on it in a minute. See this this it's Haley I want. Here we go. Notice this says capture rack 2 tight strings. That's this thing right here. Now, rather than asking the girl to go over and attach herself, if I press 2, she's now already attached. Okay? All I have to do is attach myself. Name, well, you guys don't see the menu. Name myself as dominant. There we go. And we are ready to play. I didn't have to ask the slave. I didn't have to beg her. Everything is ready to go. And I'm not going through these because, again, I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But the point is, you have, this thing has, by the way, I'd recommend Capture Rack 2. This has an extremely large set of menus for items you might want to do. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff. See back. There we go. You'll be shocked. I mean, the stuff this thing can do is amazing. But I'm not going to take any time on that. Today's not an equipment demonstration. So basically what I've already done is I've shown you in folders that you can go in and apply items like the shibari rope. I've already shown you that you can get them to go into poses. I can show you you can have them sit on particular play toys that you want to use. All in emoting, but you control, all in emoting, but you control the action. There we go. There we go, and I'm trying to get you, there we go. So basically all that can be controlled by the master and emoted out. You have extreme control using your collar. So I want to suggest that you go in, put it on, but remember, for the clothing items for stripping, they have to put it into the /tag RLV menu to get that to work, and then you'll be able to strip your girl. It looks like this. In a separate video, I'm going to teach the girls how to go through and actually put that together for the men. And as I told you before, and I showed that to you, it's possible for you to dress your girls if you know how to do it. This is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and more to come.
That's all, folks.